Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm the Beauty Extra and thanks for joining me today. Today we're actually going to do some makeup and I'm going to just talk through. We're going to have a little chit chat as well. And I'm excited because I have a new palette that I got for Christmas. It's the Chocolates by Juvia's Place. So I'm excited to get into it because I'm getting ready for a date. And do I know what I'm wearing? Absolutely not. But I know that whatever I do with this palette is gonna give. So let's get into it. Okay, so as you can see, I did my brows off camera and I had a little bit of eyeshadow base on, but I'm gonna just add a little bit more because I wanna make sure that we get the full payoff, honey, with this chocolates palette, right? I'm excited to play in it because again, I have a date and I like that whatever I put on my eyes with this neutral palette, and this is going to be so nice for the brown girls, that it's going to go with anything and everything, right? So that's one thing. It looks like it's already a fail-proof system, so it already gets my vote. But let's talk. I think that some things we need to leave behind in 2024 is diluting ourselves for other people's comfort. Real quick, y'all, that is gorgeous. So anyways, back to the chat. We're not gonna dilute ourselves in 2025, right? I feel that personally, life is too short and God made us a specific way for a specific reason, right? And what happens sometimes is we have friends that are around us and we meet them at a certain point in our life where they're comfortable with who they are and you're comfortable with who you are. But also, growth is taking place beneath the surface, but eventually what's happening beneath the surface will manifest to fruition, right? And sometimes people don't see it coming. And you'll see that whenever you're accomplishing things and making moves in life, sometimes the people around you are not applauding and they're not supporting you, right? Sometimes it seems like they get quiet. And that's okay. You know, sometimes your success will trigger people's insecurities and make them feel like or compare themselves to you, which is not your problem, right? I think that what we need to leave in 2024 is shrinking ourselves down and downplaying ourselves to make others comfortable, just so that we can keep these friendships, right? The problem is that God made you a certain way. He didn't make you this way for you to just dilute yourself and be mediocre. He made you this way to be set apart. And I think what happens is because, again, we're a spiritual being living in an earthly experience. And so relationships are very important to us as people, right? We need relationships. We need connections to get through life. We can't get through life alone. And it's hard to make people that we love feel uncomfortable. But at the same time, you feel uncomfortable when you're not doing what you know that you're called to do, or when you're not doing it on the level that you know you could do it on, because you don't want your friends to feel some type of way. But what kind of friends don't want you to be the best version of yourself? What type of friends don't want you to excel? You know, I feel that, you know, again, I'm pretty sure there's so many conversations that have been had, but it keeps happening. People are just making moves, but their friends or people that should be supporting them are not on board. And that's okay. Sometimes people can't give what they don't have, right? They can't give you the support or the encouragement if they don't feel supported or encouraged. But with my personal experience, that's not the case, because I'm the type of person that will encourage. I want everyone to feel like they're winning. I want people to feel successful, and I want them to feel the progress and see the progress that they are making. And I cheer on anyone that is close to me. I want them to kill it, because I feel like if you're killing it, then that's something that I could do. If you're killing it, you're happy. If you're killing it, we're going to celebrate, right? I don't have any reason to not want my friends or anyone that I love to succeed. And the issue is that sometimes you don't realize that the people that you love have certain insecurities until it's too late. You don't realize that you're triggering them in ways that they don't express, because they don't want to admit that you are making them feel some type of way when you're moving forward in life. And that's okay. You know, people are creatures of habit. Sometimes we keep things to ourselves, right? And what I mean by diluting yourself is you're not going as hard as you know that you could, because you know that you're going to make some people uncomfortable. Well, in 2025, we're going to let them be uncomfortable. This year has been crazy, and life is too short to allow someone that supposedly loves you and supports you silence your success. And I think that it's okay for you to outgrow seasons and relationships. I think that is the sign of evolution. I don't think that we're living if we're not evolving, right? And God set us to be set apart. The Bible literally says we're supposed to be set apart. We're chosen. We need to allow ourselves to stand out. What is the point of living and growing if you don't improve yourself and go after the things that God has called you to go after? That is doing yourself a disservice, and it's also doing God a disservice. He called you for a reason, and he gave you gifts and talents that he wants, and he doesn't want you to go, halfway. He wants you to go all the way. He called us to live life and to have life more abundantly, not life at a percentage. He wants us to live in overflow. And so when we are in a position where we feel like we have to hold back, we're telling God, listen, I know you called me to do this great thing to change people's lives, but I don't want to hurt this person's feelings. What does that sound like, right? I'll be back with a lash. So I'm back with a lash and a line. But I'm saying this to myself as well, because I found myself walking on eggshells around certain people. This is Estee Lauder Double Wear, my Batman. And I think that at the end of the year, we do a lot of reflecting, right? And for me, my takeaway is life is too short to hold back. Why not find out the reason why God made you? Why not see what all you are made of and what God made you to do? Imagine you not caring what people think and seeing how far that takes you. And not only that, imagine the people that you'll meet along the way that want you to win. Because at the end of the day, we're here to do things that are pleasing to God, not people. And I just feel it in my spirit that in 2025, let's normalize making people uncomfortable. Not on purpose, but if you walking in your purpose makes someone uncomfortable, let them be uncomfortable. God didn't send his only son to die on the cross for you to be walking on eggshells to keep someone else content with their insecurity. We don't have time for that. There's too many lives on the line for us to just be holding back because someone doesn't want their feelings to be hurt, or someone doesn't want to look at themselves internally and see what they need to do to get motivated to do what they were called to do. We don't have time to babysit emotions. Now we're going to pray for them and pray that they find out what they were made for. But in the meantime, we need to get on our purpose and trust that God will lead us to the right people that will not only want us to shine, but will help us shine. I'll be back with some concealer. This is Robin. I'm using the LA Girl Pro Conceal. I'm just going to use a little bit. This isn't a full beat. This is a date night to a store. We need to get our items for a vision board party that we're having. So we're making it a little date night, a little productive date night. So I'm not doing a full beat, but this is a cute beat, you know. Back to the chat. I think that we need to, again, trust that God has a purpose and a plan for your life, because he does. And the plan is not for you to stay the same. The plan is for you to grow and to evolve. And we need to allow our faith to develop to the level that we trust God no matter what. Because at the end of the day, we're here to please God and not people. He gave us an assignment, not the people. If our assignment outgrows the people, then we need to move on. So in 2025, let's normalize letting go of things that have reached an expiration date. I'll be back with this blended out. I just blended one side because I wanted y'all to see how well this brush, this is such a good brush. It's Real Techniques and it just does what it needs to do, honey. But I just want to encourage someone that needs to hear this, because I needed to hear it as well. And growth is okay. Don't feel bad about growing, you know? Don't feel bad about evolving, and don't feel bad about walking the path that God has asked you to walk. Because if God is sending you in a direction, trust me, he will provide the resources and the people that you need for the destination that you're going. I'll be back with some contour. So I'm back with some contour. I use Huda Beauty contour. It's tan and tone. And while that's just kind of sitting there, I'm just gonna set under my eyes really quick. But yeah, next year, we're not going to be on the reserved. We're gonna be in the game. We're not gonna be on the sidelines. We are going to be in the game. Again, life is too short. There was a lot of loss this year. And what loss teaches me is that time waits for no one. And at the end of the day, you don't want to get to the end of your life, or you don't want to waste a season where you were supposed to evolve and flourish into the person that God called you to be. And instead of doing that, you were distracted with trying to maintain friendships that were seasonal. So what we're also going to do in 2025 is identify seasonal relationships and long-term relationships, friendships, all of the above. I'll be back with this contour blended out. We're blended. I'm just going to use some Fix Plus spray to melt this a little bit. Yes. So I don't know. I'm excited for a new year, and I'm excited to see what God has for me. And I know that as long as I stay obedient and listen for God's voice, I know that he will lead me the way that I'm supposed to go. And whoever falls off the path, I just have to trust that that's a part of the plan, right? Sometimes we don't know the plan. And I know that Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans." So we don't necessarily need to know the plan. We just have to trust the one that has the plan. 2025, we are not diluting, we are not downplaying ourselves. We are going after it. We are going to give it 100% because we want to see all that God has for us. I love this Juvia's Place chocolate palette. I think that this is a very good neutral. I can see myself using this several times, so you'll probably see it again. I love it. So I'm glad that I got it. And thank you guys for joining me today for this Get Ready With Me chit chat session. If you want to see more content like this, like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. So thank you guys again. And until next time, bye with the beauty mark.